Hey, it's Chris Beyer.
Chris Bowling.
ACB, I'm happy we've got Matt Rednour. Matt, say hello.
Hey, everybody.
Matt's with the Ware Group, and we get a chance to talk to you in focus here this morning.
All right. Well, thank you guys for having me this morning.
So, Matt, I guess our first question is, who are you and what do you do? What's your background? You've been in the insurance industry for quite some time, but a little different focus than what Chris and I do every day.
Yeah, well, I'd say we're all the same, and we've never just woke up one day and said, I'm going to go and work in the insurance industry. But
it's true.
I'm the regional vice president of the Ware Group. I've in fact been doing this for the past 10 consecutive years of my career. The past 6 consecutive years, I've actually been the leading producing agent for a general agency throughout the country. Wow. I'm also active on several boards that, in fact, you partner with me in often as well. So I'm the current sponsorship co-chair for Great River Human Resources, and in the past 2 consecutive years have been the sponsorship co-chair for Iowa State SHRM Conference. Wow. And being said, where I didn't wake up one day thinking I was going to work in the insurance industry, I have a bachelor's degree in business administration from University of Illinois Springfield, and I'd always thought that post-college I was going to work in pharmaceutical sales or medical device sales, which to do that you need to have valuable business sales experience. So post-college, I moved to Chicago and started selling copiers and printers. And I soon quickly realized I absolutely did not like selling copiers and printers. I absolutely was not passionate about it. So
that's a grind. That's a grind.
It was just not fun. Keeping a smile on your face when the unit is just malfunctioning and your big proposal, it didn't really associate with me in any way. So I immediately pivoted towards a career that I'd kind of already been working in while I was in college, and that was bartending, balancing, managing bars. And so the 10 consecutive years previous to working in this industry, I was working as a bar manager, and I worked an awful lot, which is something that I hold closely to myself today, which I would say ties into my work ethic. So I was working about 4 p.m. to about 2 a.m. every single day. Wow. And when I wasn't working, I was also working as a delivery driver. So I just worked all the time. Yeah. And I think that shows in my work ethic that I have today. So absolutely. I wouldn't change anything for the world.
But I mean, you learned some business to business sales. You certainly learned to interact with people if you're working in bar restaurant industry. So you pivoted into insurance. So what do you do with the Ware Group when you say you're top producer? I know that's a big accolade for what you do.
Yeah, well, the Ware Group, we are what I'll refer to as a full service general agency. And what we focus on, there's often 3 names used to describe them. Some people refer to it as worksite benefits. Others might refer to it as voluntary benefits. I've always preferred to use the word supplemental benefits to really address the intent of the plans that we distribute. And that's due to the fact that these plans are designed to address areas where employees might be financially vulnerable to going through things such as injuries, illnesses, surgeries, and pregnancies. And when I say that we're a full service general agency, that means that we're often partnering with our broker, consultant partners, and our employer partners throughout the whole experience. And that's being involved from the quote, even more importantly, the valuable education and enrollment strategy, claims advocacy, and the billing advocacy piece. So just the whole picture of involvement. And well, we currently we serve about 800 employer groups. Most are roughly about in the Midwest, but I serve employers all across the country, and they range from 5 employees to well over 5,000 employees. And we have 2 operations, which I actually am a hybrid, and I work in both of them. One's the retail operation, where I have a lot of team members that might just work strictly directly with employer groups. And I myself often do what I'll refer to as a wholesale operation, where I'm partnering with brokers, consultant partners, and then I do have some direct employer relationships as well. I would say that I myself have my groups average about 200 eligible employees, but since I live in Iowa,
that's a good size employer.
Yeah, we serve the community that we live in, though. The average group size in Iowa is roughly about 20 employees, and of all shapes and sizes.
Oh, for sure. Well, I know the world of supplemental benefits has changed significantly, probably just from the time that you've come into the industry, and we see those products having been a need, but even more of a focus now for our clients as we're talking with them about rounding out the benefit package. As you're in now 2023, what are you seeing that's really impacting employers? Any trends that you're noticing that they should be considering when they think about their benefit package in the whole, I guess?
Well, absolutely. And not just 2023, but let's look back throughout my whole career, and year after year, I'll just use my book of business as reference, but it's grown at 25% every single year. And last year, my book of business year over last actually grew by 50%. And I would attribute that to several things, and that would be the cost of healthcare continuing to rise, the cost of goods and inflation that we've noticed over the past several years continuing to rise, and how that correlates to employees' earnings, their salaries. And this actually ties in closely to what you focus on every single day, managing the healthcare plans for your clients. And a lot of employers are having those tough conversations. Right. That they avoided in the past, to take unique approaches to control health plan costs, steer their employees to exceptional care with providers that may be offering bundled services. And what employers are doing with supplemental benefits, they're just simply realizing what the intent of the plans are, and to address those financial vulnerabilities of their employees. Because what supplemental benefits want to accomplish is just ensure that the employees remain on an even financial keel. I always describe it this way: we want someone to avoid taking out unsecured debt, such as credit cards or payday loans. We want them to keep the eyes on the road ahead, focus on the main thing. And if we can avoid them taking out the unsecured debt and not pay interest months on end, years on end, hopefully then they're not returning to work with presenteeism and stressed out about all this new interest payments that they have to pay, which additionally can help avoid someone to think that they need to seek out employment elsewhere with a higher pay just to address those interest payments. So we want
a really good point.
Retain employees with these valuable coverages. And it's still been your traditional product mix. It's been accident, which is helpful for injuries, hospital indemnity, which is helpful for chronic health conditions, pregnancies, critical illness for those life-threatening illnesses, short-term disability, and valuable life insurance products.
Now, I think that the portfolio is there, but I think the creativity of how it's being added in it changed. So, Chris, I know you have a final question for Matt that we always like to ask in focus.
So, Matt, you've had a long day, you've had a long week. Is there anything that keeps you grounded? Is there a quote? Is there something that you live by?
Yep. And I would say I have two things. And so one, I do in fact have a quote. And in fact, and I'm sure you guys have seen it in my email signature. And I just appreciate the simplicity of it, but it really ties into how I go about my day in, day out. And it is, whatever you are, be a good one. I'm highly competitive. I would love to say that I'm the best one, but I'm a realist. Nobody's the best. Everybody always has an opportunity to improve. So if I can just take that mindset that every day, I just want to be a good one. I want to do my job to the best of my ability. I am hopefully then making a difference in the lives of the employees and the employers that I serve. And I'm happy when I return home at the end of the day and spend time with my family. And what kind of puts me into that mindset every day is I just simply follow a motto, and that's consistency. And I like to start off my day by completing tasks. So to get myself in that mindset to complete tasks, I get up and I go to the gym every single day, pretty much. 95% of the days of the year, I go to the gym, and then on the drive home, I stop and get coffee. So I've completed tasks, and it gets me into a habit of doing this all throughout the day, and that leads to me being a good one. So,
excellent. No, I like it.
With the routine. That's
absolutely. Well, thanks, Matt, for joining us this morning. It's good to see you.
Appreciate you.
All right. Well, you guys have a good day. All right.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.